can you go to St. Mary's Catholic Church and kidnap 315 girls? Also, to carry 300 people to a venue, you have to get buses. You have to feed these people. How are these people able to do this blatantly? And you say you have a government, when the role of a government is the protection of life and property. I want to quickly add that the goal of Boko Haram is Western education is evil. And today we have schools closing in Niger, that schools closing in Kebbi, that schools closing in Kwara. So they are already achieving their aim because our government has failed. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., all those around the DMV area, which is Maryland, Virginia, and DC, they will be coming up to join us. And our event is very brief. It's 2 hours because it's cold. The winter storm is coming. So we'll be very brief. So if you want to join us, be there on time. 11 a.m., no African time.
Okay.
Something serious is going on in America concerning this issue of insecurity worsening every day. And Donald Trump is really serious. And the US, Ted Cruz and Raymond, I think something is really happening over there. So I want you to please take your time, listen to this guy, what they are doing in the US and how they are pushing harder to make sure that Nigerians do not just use mouths to talk to say, we've been to the US, there's nothing serious. Americans should just work with us, collaborate with us, and give us some money and material, give us some money, materials, technologies, or to fight these people. No, it's gone beyond that. America is not even ready to do that, because if you wait for this government to do it, they are not going to do it. Somebody definitely has to step in to do it for us. Yes, so please take your time, watch this video. What is going on in America? Something is going on that not everything you see on social media. But if you are not on the social media, you are not there, you don't know what is going on. Watch this video, then we'll come back and talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And be your guy, run for me now.
More representative in Nigeria, who has also been on Inside Sources before, Honorable Stephen Osemwegwe. Honorable Stephen, welcome back to Inside Sources.
Thank you, Laule. Very happy to be here, and I'm excited that so much is going on and the change is on its way.
Certainly, I am persuaded, like yourself, that we don't want the Americans to invade our country. I don't think that is what is going to happen. But what they have done has put our government on their toes, and our government have become more proactive, more responsive than any time that I remember in the last 12 years. And so it is very exciting that we have such an opportunity to get our leaders to do exactly what it is that is right.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I would beg to disagree with that, but I'll get into that in a bit.
Okay.
I believe that a lot of dress rehearsals are going on. The real truth is that our children are still in captivity. We are still hearing kidnapping every day. There's escalation here and there, and I hope actual change happens, not cosmetics.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. But let's get into it. And just to give proper context for our audience, Honorable Stephen Osemwegwe actually was one of the gubernatorial aspirants of the Labour Party in Edo State in the 2023 election. So it's not new to public affairs or issues of governance and politics in Nigeria. But let's just start. How is the event, the rally tomorrow, Monday, December 1, how is it going to turn out? How many people are you expecting, Honorable Stephen?
Thank you very much, Laulu, for that question. Well, the truth is that when we initiated the idea of coming for a rally to Capitol Hill, the conversations around what was happening in Nigeria was being held by people like our dear senator from Texas, Ted Cruz. And we were saying that as Nigerians here in America, we needed to show to the Texas senator that there are Nigerians here that are aware that the issue of genocide against Christians in Nigeria is a credible truth. Because voices were already accusing Ted Cruz that it's not true, the Texas senator does not know Nigeria. So we MVC is going to Capitol Hill to support Ted Cruz's bill and also to call for President Trump to redesignate Nigeria as a CPC. Little did we know that a few weeks later, Trump will go ahead and take over even the issue and bring it to the front of everybody's attention. So right now, we were anticipating a small rally for about 50 to 100 persons, but I can tell you today, as I speak to you now, we have a positive problem. More than 1,000 people have already registered on Eventbrite to attend. Our venue is even too small to contain the number of people. And I'm not telling you Nigerians, I'm telling you Americans that are concerned about what is happening. The truth is that this thing can no longer be hidden. The videos are there, the mass graves are there, the witnesses are there. On this rally today, we're going to be having someone like Michael Arnold, who will be our keynote speaker. He's coming from Texas. Michael Arnold is the one that went to Abuja and flipped the script and spoke the truth that the Christian genocide in Nigeria is systematic. It is something that is undeniable. And the IDPs are there as witnesses. We're also going to have Frank Oto, who is from Yalewata. He lost over 38 members of his own family. He will be there tomorrow. He lost over 270 of his own village. He will be there tomorrow. We have several people who have gone through this. So the Americans will meet witnesses of the genocide against Christians. Yes, the argument is always thrown about in the media in Nigeria that other Muslims are dying, other people are dying. But according to Reverend Ezekiel Dakomo, Who is killing the Muslims or the Christians? Should anybody die at all? The function of any government is the protection of life and property. And our government has failed spectacularly in that role. So we are going to Congress tomorrow to ask for bills that are before the Congress, such as the Christmas bill H860, talking about this genocide, and Rally Moore's bill 866. We want those bills to be passed urgently, as well as the Senate Bill 2747 of Ted Cruz. Why do we want bills to be passed in Congress, and why are we going to Capitol Hill tomorrow, December 1st? We're going there because we understand that redesignating Nigeria as a country of particular concern alone does not solve the problem. Until the sponsors and the backers of this genocide, until their pocketbooks can be hit, which is what Ted Cruz is doing. He wants a bill that will sanction the identified sponsors of this insecurity. That's why we want that bill to be passed. And also, we are going to Congress tomorrow to thank President Trump for being the first president to speak on the issue, not calling it climate change, farmer header class, calling it what it is, a genocide against Nigerian Christians, because in the last 10 years, according to the numbers that have been verified, 19,100 churches have been burned or vandalized. More than 100,000 Christians have been killed. We have millions in IDP camps, and a large percentage of them, 90% at least, are Christians. In my home state of Edo, you mentioned Edo, during the campaign of Edo, I found an IDP camp in Edo that I never knew existed in Ovia Northeast. That camp had been there for over a decade. Those people were from Southern Bonu and they were all Christians in Edo State. That camp is still there. Some of them reached out to me and said, we know you are from Edo State, you are very active in helping Edo people. We have 3,000 IDPs in our care. Home for the Needy, that's the name of the... they said they will be watching our rally live. So the enthusiasm about the rally tomorrow is very big because people recognize that this is an opportunity for Nigeria. If our government was sincere, they would be the one asking for help. I listened to our former President Obasanjo speaking yesterday that when your government has failed to protect you, you have the right to call for help. We are part of an international community. And I'm very delighted that with support we are getting from the churches around America, the evangelicals, the Catholics, the Protestants. They are coming tomorrow in solidarity with the victims of Nigeria whose voices have not been heard for so long. For so long, it has been denied. Our government denied the reality. But today, the world is watching. And tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Capitol grounds, we know that the numbers will be huge simply because this issue is at the front burner of the world. And I believe that if our government knows what is right, they should be welcoming help, because already it is proven with the empirical fact that they cannot do this alone. I want to thank you, Laulu.
Okay, I mean, thank you for your love, and the patriotism that is driving this. I myself, I just came back, from a trip to the US. I was at the Capitol Hill last week, Thursday, and I also know that the Nigerian government, sent a delegation that was led by the National Security Advisor, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu, to meet with U.S. government officials. They also met Congressman Christopher Smith of New Jersey, who is the chair of the Subcommittee on Africa, and also Congressman Riley Moore from West Virginia, who is also a member of that subcommittee. So don't you think that the government is already trying to see how they can work with the Americans, because they met with the Secretary of War. I believe they met with some officials of State Department, and they seem to have now developed a joint working group of Nigerians and American officials on how America can help us. What's your response to that attempt?
So, after this show, we have said that if the government was sincere, they would have been going to call for help. It's like a man whose roof is leaking. You will not sit on it. The truth is that I saw the visit by the high-power delegation led by our NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, but I think it's coming a bit too late, sir. This crisis did not start in this administration. It has been festering. What we are now seeing is an escalation. And why would they even wait until Nigerians have cried all the way to the Congress halls of America before you're talking about delegation? And what is the delegation saying? That they want to collaborate. Well, personally, I don't trust that the Nigerian government is sincere to confront this, because in Kwara State, we saw an invasion in the church of CAC where people were killed and others were kidnapped and with ransom. Bayo Onunuga came out to say, they called them to say, law-abiding terrorists, can you please return the people? He could not even be honest with Nigerians, telling us that he did not pay ransom. And those people went ahead and kidnapped another 11 after releasing the churchgoers they held. We also have seen several efforts whereby the governments are paying bandits or negotiating with them in the north. How can American government be partnering with somebody that negotiates with terrorists? I just want to let you know that on our own, based on this rally and all our efforts as Save Nigeria Group, the State Department has invited us to come with a high-powered delegation to sit with them after the rally tomorrow. So we are going to be meeting with the State Department to let them know what the truth is, that we do need external help because our government is not sincere. Many people have claimed that they called the army, they called the police before attack, 24 hours, they did not show up. After the people have been killed, then they will come and start asking questions. The truth is that our government is not sincere. So at the State Department tomorrow, we are not just going to go there, we are going to go with a list of those who have verified. in our government that's supposed to be asked questions, people that the US government should investigate as part of the real sponsors of this crime. So tomorrow we are going to the State Department. Beyond that, the media here, they want to learn more from us. They do no longer believe what they hear from Abuja. They want to hear from ordinary Nigerians like myself who know what is happening, that knows the government is not sincere. And I will be delighted that at the rally tomorrow, Nigerians will come and hear from the victims. I'm from Edo State. I'm not in the front lines of this, but the thing is creeping down south. They are now coming through Kwara. Before you know it, where are they going to stop? In Edo State, Laulu, people are already paying ransom to Fulani militia to go to a farm in Edo North. You saw a video that went viral. The husband and the wife that was kidnapped. They were asking for 100,000, and they're still in kidnappers then. A priest from Southern Kaduna just died in captivity, and his wife and daughter are still there. So this issue is not something that new Ribadu can come to America and say nothing to see here. Just collaborate with us, give us money, give us weapons. Some of the weapons that they even get, we have heard rumors that this is end up with the terrorists. So how are we sure if America partners with this government that we can get a solution? I don't believe so. I believe that we need an international high-power delegation that will use both diplomatic and kinetic means to take out the terrorists whose locations are known, but for some reason, I said they know where they are, they know who they are, they have their phone number, but for some reason they are not willing to take them out. So we need the United States and the coalition of the international community to take these people out and protect our lives and save our communities. And lastly, until the IDPs are returned to their homes, this issue is far from over.
Okay, I mean, just before we wrap it up, you are not asking for an American invasion of Nigeria. I want to get that one straight.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not asking for an American invasion of Nigeria. And Trump never said he was going to invade Nigeria. America does not have time to invade. What is it? America is even offering help to help us take out the terrorists that has already invaded. A lot of people say that we're a sovereign nation. Well, Boko Haram will disagree. The Fulani militia committing the genocide, they will disagree. Our sovereignty has already been taken over by the Maritime terrorists. How can you have a church service and people go in there and shoot and pack parishioners and churchgoers, and you say you have sovereignty? America is offering what Trump offered. He said, kill the terrorists that is killing the Christians and other Nigerians. Not only Christians, other people that are being killed, or we will do it for you. Who would have thought between now and on November 1st and now that our government would have heard Trump, who is very, very serious, and take out the terrorists? But what do we see? We see ransom being paid. We see kidnapping of even escalation. Now people are afraid to go to church. People are taking their children away from school. How can we continue like this? It is clear that we need help to help us take out the terrorists, not invade Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I believe in our sovereignty. I believe in our survival and unity and progress. I am happy that we have a country as powerful as the United States willing to help us. I'm not just that they're willing, they're able, because they know how to take out terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, very important point. To your point about the involvement of the U.S. government and society, in my own last trip, this recent trip, I found out that the American president is not joking around at all. This matter has been taken to the United Nations. I don't think formally yet, but there are already events on the sidelines of the United Nations, including the one that the U.S. ambassador to the UN hosted, Nicki Minaj. And I found out that on radio and TV, while I was in the US for about 2 weeks, I found out that, this issue was constantly being discussed on radio and on TV. I mean, especially, stations such as Fox. So I agree with you entirely that this is a big deal to the Americans. And I've also tried to express the fact that clearly the Americans are not going to relent on this matter. Now, I wish that we have a united rhetoric, that doesn't bring division, because quite a lot of our people have been saying, oh, it's not only Christians. Yes, Muslims are also involved. And this is why the next question I want to ask you is very important. Now, during the congressional hearing last week, it was stated clearly by the congressmen and the representative of the State Department that spoke at that congressional hearing, two of them, Mr. Jacob McGee and Mr. Jonathan Pratt. They said that after the designation, there is also a toolkit, and both themselves from the State Department and the U.S. Congress said one of the toolkits includes the collaboration that must happen between the State Department and the Treasury Department to target individuals in Nigeria who are supporting this horrific violence, to go after their assets, to freeze their assets, to impose visa bans and other specific targeted sanctions against particular individuals. Now, you have also said that the State Department has asked you to come up with a list. I want to ask you, how do you think that can effectively help us to expose some of the people that are behind this thing? Before you respond, I recollect that Pastor E.A. Adepo service actually also asked the president that, look, don't just go after the terrorists, go after their sponsors and their backers. And he made a point. He said, regardless of how influential those people may be. Do you think we are getting close, to dealing with this situation with all these opportunities that are now coming up, Stephen?
Thank you very much, Laulu. The truth is that the United States government should not be the one sanctioning the sponsors of the terrorism that is ravaging Nigeria. This is a very factual point to tell you that the Nigerian government is not sincere. I have it on good authority that the United Arab Emirates gave a list of sponsors of Boko Haram to the Nigerian government, to the then former president, late President Buhari. The government of Nigeria sat on that list. Guess what? The United States has also that list. And their list is actually expansive. Ted Cruz said, we know the sponsors. We also know that Nigerian government know the sponsors. And whether they be in government, in religious circle, in business, they will be sanctioned. And if you want to do international trade, there's something they call the Magnitsky Act. It will not just freeze your asset in America. Like some of them are already saying, I have asset in Dubai. I will not go to America. Guess what? The Magnitsky Act will freeze your asset everywhere in the world. You will have to stay with Nigerians and in the terror. So the good news of this sanction is that it will hit home to those funding this jihad, because these guys are not funding themselves. Our government, if they were sincere, will sanction those people themselves. Our government, if they were sincere, will bomb those people themselves. Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo said, and I quote, if our government wanted to take this out, they have drones. Why negotiating and apologizing with terrorists? How can people take your daughters and rape them and you will be negotiating with them? I heard Shegumi saying that they are just ordinary people. They just kidnap because they are hungry. Excuse me, Sir Shegumi. They are not hungry. They are terrorists. And a serious government do not negotiate with terrorists. America sees what is happening. Nigerian government knows the sponsor. They are not acting. And guess what? The US government has had enough. Because we have cried to them that Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. We don't want anybody to be killed. We know that Muslims are also getting the brunt. We're not saying that they are not being killed. Yeah. But our point is that nobody should be killed. Right. Nigerians should be able to live freely anywhere they like and be safe. And until that is done, don't blame the United States for their sanctions. Because indeed, sanctions are coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. Last question, Stevie. So the Nigerian president, in his defense, on Wednesday, a few days ago, declared a national security emergency. And he issued a few directives to wrap up the numbers, the troops on the ground and all of that. How do you respond to that?
I would say that is a step in the right direction, but it is coming 2 years too late. Because I would have expected when the president came into, as he declared subsidy is gone, he would have said terrorism is gone. He would have said no sacred cows. We have seen a government that is interested in 2027, turning our country to a one-party state, gallivanting like you are in charge when terrorists are actually in charge. We have the doubt to know who is actually in charge of Nigeria. Because if Bola Ahmed Tinubu was in charge, these terrorists would not be marauding the way they are. Radimo asked a question, Laulu. He said, how come Nigerians are not allowed to have weapons, but these terrorists have RPG, AK-47s, and they are going about? Why don't you disarm them? The question that could not be answered in Congress is this. They cannot disarm because our government know they are. And our auntie from the north, Injatu, said before the elections in 2023 that she went to London to see Tinubu and asked him, what's your plan for the north? What's your blueprint? And she said, and I quote, Tinubu said, I have no blueprint. They will kill me if there are too many toes. Now, I don't have a reason to doubt her. But what we are seeing, we are afraid that there are some sacred cows that our President Tinubu is afraid to touch. And America will not sit back. The world will not sit back and allow the genocide against Nigerian Christians, the genocide against Nigerian Muslims to continue. So do not blame others when they are coming to help you put out your fire. Since you have refused to touch toes, the president should have touched toes 2 years ago. So the emergency declaration is 2 years too late, and it's all window dressing. I have no confidence in it. They talked about state police for the longest. Why don't we have state police? You live in America, Laulu. We have county police. We have even university police. We have state police. We have federal police, FBI. Why don't we have state police, local government police, so that people can protect themselves? Only the terrorists are armed in Nigeria. Why? How come people in Yalewata, people in the Plateau, Southern Kaduna are less? Why these marauders are killing people and butchering women? It's not right. Our president is just declaring a state of emergency, maybe for the outside world, but we are Nigerians. We don't take it seriously until we see results.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Stephen Osemwegwe, the National Director of the Save Nigeria Group in the U.S., organizers of the rally tomorrow, Monday, December 1, in Washington, D.C. I wish you all the best, and I wish our country all the best. I think it is happening now. Our government will have to sit up, and I still hold out hope that the government can sit up. I still hold that hope. They are in office. They have the resources, just like former President Obasanjo just said. They have the capacity to go after these marauders, these merchants of terror, and to go after their sponsors. They have the capacity, and I will give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he has all the time that he needs in the world to prove that he can get this thing done. Thank you so much, Stephen.
That's serious. For me, they won't. I've said this before. If you wait for APC, Tinubu government to do this, he's not going to get it done. And as it is now, he doesn't look like Tinubu is ready to even he's not ready. I don't think he's ready. When you talk about if somebody is ready to getting these things done, Tinubu is far from the reality. Because this is agreement. He doesn't want to step on anybody's toe, which he said from the beginning. Everything, a lot of persons said during campaign, after campaign, then it being a lot of is playing out one after the other. And Najatu said it, people criticize her. But because of the way the government, the country, we Nigerians, the way the system is being run, we don't actually know who is saying the truth, is speaking the truth. And when somebody speaks the truth, all is politics. They regard this as politics. Do you understand? Now, there's something you don't understand. Like, when you listen to this delegate that have been to America, Donald Trump have already given them some some tests and conditions, some agreement, as in to go and fulfill. But you didn't hear anything about it. The NSA, did they come back to tell Nigerians what was that conditions? 3 major conditions given to them. Up till now, has they done anyone? No. And there was the list, about 3 pages of letter, like given to NSA, which is no Ribadu from America, when they went for that, when they went as delegation to go and report or to go and seek help or whatever. He signed, but what those documents contains, he never come and report that to you. He will not even let the world know what was in those documents, what he penned down. He agrees to the terms and conditions given to him by American president. E.g., like, go and disarm these people. Has he done that? Or till that time, till now, has he arrested one person? One person has not been arrested. Then Jackson, what's his name again? That one that was arrested, unlawfully arrested because he defended himself. He sentenced him to life in prison. He asked them to go and release him. Has they done that? No. That is to say, they are not serious. Now, you would have thought by now, this issue of insecurity would have become a thing of the past since this last month that this issue has been hit up, and we see a lot of repeated incidents happening here and there, from the north, from the south, everywhere now. Kogi State, Kwara State, Kaduna, Kebbi, Niger, all of them. You would have thought, okay, by now, a lot of peace talk has been may agree with these people. You would have thought by now, these people should listen. These people are evil. You can't make peace with them. They are your enemies. How can you make peace with enemies? Somebody who have raped your children, their wives have been raped, their children. Somebody who have this evil heart. How do you make peace with this person to suddenly change? No, they are your enemy. You stop your enemy before they stop you. And now Tinubu is not ready to stop them, and these people are stopping us. To an extent now, bandit is now, because of bandit, you shut down some schools, that this place is not safe again, because you do not want to hear the issue of kidnapped children are being kidnapped, students are being kidnapped, and that is not the solution. Those villages, because there are schools, those villages shut down, you are only giving the bandit opportunity to come in. Then they will go and open borders, still open porous border. They still go and bring their people, and now they now have more places to occupy. Then by the time they occupy the villages, they will come to the city. How long? How many schools will you shut down? You are shutting down schools. What do you want these people to be doing? By the time they're taking over all the villages, they will be coming into the city, isn't it? That is it. And now the one that is even shocking now, when you see them now, they are already teaching their children how to handle guns. You see videos, they are teaching their children how to handle guns. When you talk about unemployment rate, poverty in the north, out of school children in the north, people in IDP camp in the north, anything you could think of in the north. Then if you think about the richest, is also from the north. The poorest is from the north. The richest is from the north. How come? Because, okay, let's put it this way. Anything your parents are doing, either trade or professional jobs, they are handyman, whatever jobs they are doing, there is every reason, or there is probability, 80, 60, 70% probability that one of your children will take after their parent, will take after the parent or the mom. It could be the trade, it could be any professional jobs they learn. Isn't it? It's the same thing these bandits are doing. That their children, no school, no education. There's no education for the north. In the bush, there's no education for them. So this problem now is not even going anytime soon, except we take drastic action now. Because their children, they are not in school. They don't know anything. It's only Islamic school. There is no secular school for them. Some of them would have loved to attend secular school, but there is no options for them to attend secular school. It is mandatory for them. Those that want to go, majority of them pass to Sharia school. Do you understand? So how do you... The problem is not even... The problem is big. It's big. In the north. They know something has to be done. Otherwise, they will continue to draw this country backwards. A time will come, if not now, this country will divide. And the way it's going now, I doubt it. Before 2027, this will not force this country to break up. Before 2027, if these things continue and there is no solutions to it, and it doesn't, we don't see any sign of seriousness from president, by the time Donald Trump come or whatever, these issues might force this country to break up. Yes, it will. After all, so they said it, that Tinubu government will make a revolution happen quickly. What are we saying today? This issue is what will definitely lead to revolution. By the time it's getting too much, people cannot take it. So other religions cannot take it again. Then they decided to also join. Say, nobody has a monopoly of violence. Do you understand? When the issue is becoming too much, there is no choice again but to divide. If that's going to be the solutions to the problem. What do you think? Please share this video and follow for more. Subscribe to this YouTube channel.